I just returned from another incredible trip to Maui. I just can't get enough of this island, and I finally feel like I've experienced the very best things to do here, and I wanted to share them with you. So this is my Maui top 10. Grab your sunscreen, your swimsuit, and let's dive right in. Literally, we are headed underwater first because Maui has world-class reefs and underwater ecosystems that will just blow your mind, and snorkeling is a must-do activity. Buy a snorkel set and it will pay for itself after one dive. And one of the best places to snorkel is in West Maui at Honolulu Bay. You can charter a boat out here for a big adventure, as these people have done, or you can drive out and walk this short but incredible jungle trail down to where it spits you right out onto this picturesque bay. And underwater, it gets even better. Honolulu has great reef channels, and you are guaranteed to see colorful and diverse sea life, and you don't have to worry about being alone here. There will be a ton of people enjoying the underwater world, as it is a popular snorkeling spot for good reason. It's perfection. Next up, we have the most iconic tourism adventure to do on Maui: drive the road to Hana. The road to Hana is this incredibly scenic and really narrow, winding road which will take you through lush rainforest by jaw-dropping waterfalls, through windswept barrens, and along stunning coastlines that's just going to make you feel like you are in another world. And for the record, you are. Doing the road to Hana is a full-day adventure, like sunup to sundown, and you still won't be able to do it all. Just driving the loop alone will take over 4 hours without any stops. I mean, technically you could just do the road to Hana, but you'd miss out on some great sights, and you may as well just do the loop. There are endless stops along the way, but most notably, Mana Wainui Gulch, the PPY Trail in Waimoku Falls, Wailua Falls, Waioka Pond, Koki Beach, Hana, and this stretch of waterfalls that is just insane. And I'm going to highlight two of my favorite stops that are standalone adventures a little later on the video, but just be careful when you do the road to Hana. It can be a pretty sketchy drive. Next up, we have something that you need to do at least once when you come to Maui: sunrise at Haleakala. Haleakala, or House of the Sun, is a 10,000 foot high volcano that is the centerpiece of Haleakala National Park. And the best way to start your day in Maui is experiencing the magic at sunrise, which will require some work. To access the sunrise session, you will have to reserve a pass 3 days in advance on the recreation.gov website, and it's only $1. Then you'll have to get up well before dawn.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Time to go.
And drive the long, winding road up to the summit of Haleakala. But it will be worth it because as the sun rises, you'll witness this breathtaking kaleidoscope of colors with just a few other visitors. It's an epic sunrise, but don't forget to really bundle up. It can and will be chilly up there. And the weather can change in an instant like it did on this day, going from this to this in 20 minutes. I was planning on hiking the sliding sands trail into the crater, but the weather made it impossible, so I called the hike off. After being 10,023 feet above sea level at Haleakala, it is now time to go down to 0 feet above sea level, where we will be surfing. Polynesians introduced surfing to Hawaii. It exploded in popularity, and I feel like if you're gonna come to Maui, you should experience this key aspect of the Hawaiian culture and surf. Maui's a great place to learn, or if you're experienced, just catch some solid waves. There's a ton of spots here. There are just so many different waves to choose from. I think Laniopoko Beach Park is probably my favorite place to spend the afternoon, catching waves, sitting on the beach. And I mean, even if you come out here and don't catch any waves, you can't go wrong. I mean, look at the backdrop. Water's like freaking 80 degrees. It's beautiful. It's unreal. But you also should catch some waves. Now, if you just want to relax sands surfing, that's fine. Maui boasts some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and while it is crazy to try to name them all, let's go through some notable ones. Along the strip up in Kaanapali, where all the giant resorts are, is Kaanapali Beach and Black Rock Beach. Then you venture more west, you have Napili and Slaughterhouse, and there's just a ton more like bays in here. Honolulu, although there's not much of a beach there. In the north, you have Ho'okipa, probably just because it's a pretty fun little surf spot, but there is a nice beach, some turtles on the beach. If you're down in Kihei, like south of Kihei is Makena. Makena Beach is probably the most scenic beach. I love it. It's probably my favorite beach on the island, and it's actually the thumbnail of this video. Then you have many more on the road to Hana. I would just say go explore them and discover your favorites for yourself. Next up, we have a package deal because these two attractions are close to each other and honestly just a great standalone adventure: the PPY Trail and Venus Pool. The PPY trailhead is located in this little strip in Haleakala National Park, so you do have to pay $30 for a 3-day pass to access the trail. So make sure you do this and the sunrise at Haleakala within 3 days so you don't have to pay that $30 twice. On the ocean side of the trailhead, you have Oheo Gulch, which is called Seven Sacred Ponds. It's worth seeing before departing on this fairly easy 4-mile round-trip hike, which takes you through the jungle, past this banyan tree, through an incredible bamboo forest. This was really cool with the wind, and it was great. Then you are rewarded with the awe-inspiring Waimoku Falls. Now, just down the road from the PPY Trail in Waimoku Falls, you have Waioka Pond, or Venus Pool. You'll see all these cars pulled off to the side of the road, and you'll take this short little trail down and kind of parallel this creek basin that spits you out onto the Venus Pool, which is this area that just feels like an oasis. Like, this actually might be my favorite place on the whole island. It feels otherworldly. It's got like just the dramatic giant rock cliffs. You've got the pool, you've got the ocean. Like, I just don't see how it gets better. And if you like cliff jumping, this is the place for you. There is a small, medium, and large jump. And of course, I had to send a gainer off the medium. I also did it on the small one. I did not attempt it on the large one. I'm not crazy like this dude who was just absolutely sending it. I also just love that this oasis is literally right on the ocean's edge. It's really wild. You cannot miss Venus Pool when you come to Maui. And just as an update, Old Town Lahaina was the heartbeat of the tourism industry on Maui, and in August 2023, a wildfire ripped through town.
Ravaging wildfires are engulfing Maui right now.
At least 1,000 people are still missing.
Hundreds unaccounted for.
And the death toll climbing to 111 overnight. As we learn,
it's horrifying to think of the nightmare that this island has experienced, the shock waves that the residents continue to experience. Please be courteous and aware of how raw this reality is. So spread aloha and be understanding when you come to visit. This island is definitely still recovering. And while Lahaina rebuilds, you can support the tourism industry by eating local. Indulging in the local fare is one of the best ways to experience a touch of their culture. So for lunch, grab poke from a food cart or my favorite, Foodland. It's quick, tasty, great value. If you aren't feeling poke, pick up a plate lunch at a food cart. They're all over the island, so your options are bountiful. If you need a snack, grab a Spam Musubi from Minute Stop. That is a staple island snack, and you have to hit up at least a couple fresh fruit stands while you are here. They're all over the island, especially on the way to Hana, so bring cash and indulge in nature's desserts.
East Maui chocolate. There's your $5. Booyah. And there's my cacao pod. Let's go.
But the sweet treat king of the island is shave ice. And no, shave ice is not another name for snow cone. They're very different. If you've never had it, get ready to have your mind blown. My favorite, and most people's favorites, I think, on the island is Ululani's. It's just so good. Get the tiger's blood with haupia and the snow cap. There's just nothing better. I could eat shave ice every day, and you should too. And another way to support the people of Maui is by booking an excursion with a local adventure company. And this last trip, we booked a 2-hour sunrise whale watching tour chartered by Pac Whale Eco Adventures out of Maalaea. It is peak season between December and May to see kohola, humpback whales. So if you are visiting Maui during this time, I can't recommend it enough. It was so cool, like cooler than I was expecting. Plus, it's just another great sunrise activity. You will see whales as you drive around the island or lay on the beach. You'll see them breaching and spouting from shore, but seeing them up close and personal was unforgettable. And just wild to actually hear them exhale through their blowhole. And speaking of blowholes, we are headed all the way west to the most famous blowhole on Maui, Nakalele Blowhole. To get down to this natural wonder, you have a short scramble down, but please note, people die here even on small swelled days. So be safe, because this natural blowhole works by funneling swells and waves under this lava shelf where they're compressed and forced through this small hole, shooting the seawater into the air. Now, my friend and I observed the swells, and as you can see, the ocean was pretty flat today, and we were comfortable getting this close when a small set came. We got a little bit of a blowhole shower, but look at my stance. I'm taking this serious. I'm bracing myself because the ocean's unpredictable. This water can suck you back down in the hole, and that's how people die. So be safe. For a change of scenery, let's head inland to the lush Iao Valley State Park. And as a state park, you do have to reserve a spot ahead of time, and there is an entrance fee, but this tranquil rainforest valley really is a one-hit wonder. Technically, there's a little garden to walk through. It takes 5 minutes. It is all about the Iao Needle, a 1,200-foot high lush green peak that just juts into the sky. This historical monument is the site of a pretty bloody battle in 1790 that King Kamehameha first fought in, but I'll let you learn more about that when you visit. There's not much else to do here, but the Iao Needle is worth visiting at least once. And this backdrop is just absolutely insane. After all those activities, it is time to wind down with some cuteness overload and treat yourself by visiting the Surfing Goat Dairy Farm for a unique and delicious experience. This has sort of become a novelty tourist activity, and I had to partake. Surfing Goat Dairy is Maui's largest commercial dairy farm at 120 milking goats, and you quite literally get to see how the cheese is made. If you do want a formal tour, you need to reserve ahead of time, online, and it's a bit pricier than you'd think. But you also can just support them by buying some of their award-winning, freshly made cheeses, and this was my preferred option.
Absolutely smoked. So good.
Now, of course, anyone can just come and watch the goats and check out the goats, and you can kind of catch glimpses of the tours here and there and learn a little bit, but you gotta eat that cheese. It's so good. And I mean, these baby goats, they might be the cutest things on the entire island, but that's still up for debate. What isn't up for debate is how incredible Maui is. It has it all and more, so please leave a comment of your favorite things to do in Maui. I'd love to hear suggestions for my next trip, and if you feel like you got value from this video, please click the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications so you won't miss my upcoming travel adventures. That being said, we'll see you in the next one. Mahalo aloha.